How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. I'm going to today backtest and see how my strategy would have worked out today on the Nasdaq for trading the 15-minute opening range breakouts. Okay, so I'm going to go through today, kind of go through what I would have been looking at and seeing today if I were you and trading the strategy. So first, let's go to today, right? Insane sell-off before market open. That's not common, so you usually would not see that. But right, wake up in the morning, you're like, all right, mark out this high and low of the opening range here. So I'm actually going to do it in replay mode so we can do it together. So let me get rid of these so we can do it together. But yeah, let's see. So looking, right, big sell-off. Okay, here's the 9:30 candle, okay? So you mark it. If you don't know the strategy completely, watch the video that was posted before this one. It goes into depth of how I trade this strategy. So I would then change to the 5-minute time frame. Okay, here's your first 3 candles. 1, 2, 3. So this one should really be like right here, but close enough. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Now you would wait on the 5-minute for the breakup. Okay, so I'd be waiting. Okay, so that right there to me is a strong breakout. Okay, that just ripped out. Now, some of you would see this and immediately go, I'm gonna go long right here with the stop right below, targeting 2 to 1. Bang, I'm in, right? Great. Let's trade this today. This is definitely gonna hit. Reversal, right? You're gonna immediately draw down. Now, I can't guarantee that you would have lost this trade because I don't know what the next candles look like, but I will say that's not a great way to enter this trade, okay? So some people teach you opening range breakout like that. I prefer it with fair value gaps, so I would wait upon this one. Okay, so breakout, coming back in. Let's play it through. So you would have got some response. Right back out. Oh, now you're out, right? So if you're watching this, I'm watching this candle right here come in. And I guess let's go back a second so I can. Well, that was dumb, wasn't it? Give me a second. Let me go back to this. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the 5-minute. Before I do this, it's probably smart to map out my gaps, right? So coming out, strong move out, you're like, yeah, let's enter, right? No. You see the pull back in, you're waiting here for a fair value gap. Now look, if you're looking at this, you're saying the same thing I am. There's not really any gaps in here to fill. If I'm looking at this, I'm seeing these two here, and I'm thinking, okay, this is kind of the zone that I wanted to come near, right? Marking out these highs and lows. So I see this candle here, and this wasn't a great setup today. I'm going to be honest, there's about a 90% chance I would not have traded this today. But little gap here in this block, and I always said, okay, I want price to come back in here, or you could have waited for it to come up, hit a fair value gap up here. But I would have said, okay, I want to see some sort of reaction off this candle high. Okay, bang. I'm entering right here. Okay, now usually, again, right, I'm going right below, targeting a 2 to 1. Or you could also target our liquidity areas like that, right? You could go right below this candle, it's up to you, or you can go below the fair value gap. If I'm here, I don't really love this setup, so I'm probably going to keep my stop pretty tight, and I'm targeting these highs here, right? So I'm watching, let's see what would have happened. Okay, narrowly escaped. Now you're in the green. Pretty horrible price action today. For the strategy, at least. So when I hit this point here, I'm probably cutting and going to break even. Okay, so I'm break even right here. Maybe cut a couple contracts. Oh shit. Maybe cut a couple contracts, right? But I'm getting out of some of them right there. Just I'm not too confident with this price action, right? But we'll watch, see what happens. You're seeing it really stall out here. Gets a little bit of a push up. Price is still moving, right? You're break even, so none of this really matters to you. You're just trying to get the most out of this trade you can. This is a super long example of it, but if it's me, right, and I'm this close to my TP, right, when this candle comes out, I'm cutting it, right? So you're cutting it at about a 2-1, but it's actually almost a 3-1, depending on where our other, we had it right below here, right? No, it was right below this one. So yeah, 2.5-1, just about. So yeah, it's a little bit less than that, 2.3. But yeah, you hit there, right? We can watch it play out. Odds are, right, it probably would have came out and hit your stop, take profit right there, bang, you're out, right? Great trade here. You have to be in it for a while, right? 9:30 open, you're not out till about 3 o'clock, which is long for one of these trades. You really don't want to be in for that long a lot of the time, but this is just an example of, a weird day that it would have worked out in your favor, right? But you don't want to take these risks very often. And personally, I probably wouldn't have been too fond of taking this trade, right? But if you're taking the 3-minute, right? Wait for the breakout, bang, comes back in. There might be a fair value gap in here, not really, right? So I'm not really seeing fair value gaps being hit in this area, but again, teach their own with trading this. Some people love the 1 minute on this. That's not really for me, but there's more areas in here that you can mark out. When price came back like this, right? You would love to see this because this has become a pretty confident area that price is going to bounce off of, right? Did it once, did it twice, did it 3 times? You could have entered after these confirmations right here, right? And you could have entered long here, right? Stop right below it. It's not going to go below that area. Targeting a 2-1. Just like that, right? So, or, some people love the 3-1 on this, and even the 4-1 on some of the trades on the 1 minute, especially, right? You're going to be pretty quick to hit that 4-1, right? It only took up to about 12 o'clock for that 4-1 to hit. So that's how I would have traded this today. But again, tread lightly because odds are for this exact scenario, there's about a 80% chance I'm not taking that trade just because I didn't see a real clear fair value gap get hit or like a real confirmation line like you see on the 1 minute. But that's what I would have done today, right? Your 2-1 would have hit, your 2.5-1 would have hit as well. But some pretty strange price movement, right, for Wednesday, especially the sell-off right here. It's crazy, but obviously rebound. So that's how I would have traded today. Again, use this strategy and change it to something that you like and things that are different for you. But personally, that's how I would have done it. If you have any questions or any comments, please let me know down below. I'm going to, again, be live on my account on Monday. I'm going to start tracking these trades and tracking what I do. So I will see you guys then. Leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next couple of days.